E a Fúria, galera, que foi campeã da Dreamhack Open Summer 2020, o campeonato que reunia equipes como a Cloud9, Liquid, Trump, IE, Chaos, Team One e também Zepug Gods, acontecendo aí entre 8 e 16 de agosto, com premiação de $90 mil, né, no prize pool. A Fúria levou $35 mil para casa. Hoje a gente vai conferir os highlights desse campeonato que deu tanta alegria pra gente. Galera, antes de começar o vídeo, rapidinho um aviso. Lembrando que a CSGO Store tá comprando o teu inventário com o melhor preço à vista. Ninguém bate o preço da gente, tá bom? Dá uma conferidinha no site, o link tá na descrição, tá certo? Tamo junto. E na primeira partida contra a EA Gaming, um inferno. Vitória pra Fúria de 16-2, foi um 2-0 na verdade, né? 16-2 para Fúria na Inferno e um 16-14 na Mirage também para Fúria, com destaque para o Henrique, ficando aí positivo mais 17 e com um rating de 1.37.
To bring it back with a kill apiece. CSGOStore from the top of Banana and Yuri still inside of the T setup doing what he does. 3 versus 2 advantage here for the CTs, now flexed to 1 better. It's IDK left over and I don't know what he's going to do.
He can toss this down if he so chooses. If they line up, this could go into the hands of IDK, but instead, CSGOStore holds fast on Archers, using that smoke as a bit of a sanctuary. When you look at these 3 MP9s, when it gets a bit later into the round, it's really where they're going to start to be a nuisance, and that grenade doing significant damage. CSGOStore finishes it off, sprayed through the smoke, nearly claiming a bunch of frags. They're now down to just 2 HP, but now they're starting to get some kills over on the T side before Yuri shuts it down with a 3K.
He has a different definition of Counter-Strike than a lot of other people, so I think his definition of respect could also waver, but it's over towards the top of Banana that right now we have IDK inside of smoke. Check that out. He's got 2 CTs just by him, and he could decide to pull the trigger or wait. Executes Art as he takes down his teammate. So Art, he's not going to be too upset about that. And that's what they're setting up here on this B site as Vinny comes back over.
They do their best to put those poisonous fumes, though, to get Fúria out of that hidey hole. But instead, they're going to be using that smoke as a bit of cover. Up comes IDK. First pick goes the way in this confrontation of EA Gaming. But Henny up to the task for 1. He gets drilled down from the AK-47. More than enough time to get the comfortable plant down, and our CSGOStore and Yuri moving together as a united force. It looked like this round would be slipping away from EA Gaming, but they have their hand back on it. And IDK, watching the close angle of the AWP, misses his shot, but it's a crossfire. It's a trap, and Tatterzin is going to claim up and double up.
The thing is, you can prepare for Fúria all they want. Once the game starts, that's when you realize what really is in front of you, the beast that is Art at times. He goes ahead and gets the op shot, doubles down onto Dumao, and he's still looking for more. They're going to give it to him, and Fastzin takes a chance that may have just paid off. They get a kill back. Vinny swapping over to the op takes a bit of a chance here because he's also alone, and the grenade is fantastic.
And this is allowed because that bomb was dropped, because they couldn't punish and pierce through onto the side. Yuri joins on CSGOStore, and the shutdown comes into effect.
Fúria burrow into the minds of their opponent and remind them who's boss.
Oh yeah, and there can be no question of who's bossing this map. I can respect that, but maybe not right off the bat. Some of those weakened grenades and weakened players on the B side later on, rather than just keep running into Banana, and you're just seeing the same result over and over. RCF does get 2. It's solid work from the man, but he pushes.
Yeah, Gaming, give us something to talk about. Give something to Fúria to make them sweat. Or is CSGOStore going to pop right up and kill you all? Seems not. He gets 0 kills as he tucked down into Cubby. CT's doubling back to B because Fúria have used their own spawn against them, Vince. There's a lot of bodies over here with the bomb in tow. No comfortable cross for the T side either. They're going to try with the flash. Can they get past? Right now, they're stuck in no man's land.
They're stuck, but they also have Yuri, who's moving into Library, and I think this is going to facilitate the rotation back onto the A side. So this is effectively going to mitigate this 3-player stack on B, leaving it down to Tatterzin. Is he going to be able to pick up any frag here? If he falls down for nothing, this round could slip away. He takes one out, but gets traded back, and Henny holding the line over on the B side, stalling Fastzin for as long as possible. Who is now going to be...
And now today, we start off our other fresh BO3, first map of this entire group, and hey, it's Henny with a ridiculous ratio for the moment. Art Oh my God, through smoke, he finds RCF on that P90. 2 CTs hiding inside of the apartments, trying to call for help. Please, Mom, he's got a P90. And Yuri's got their back. So all too easy here for the T side. A bit of a masterclass performance from Fúria, just showing us why they are, at the moment, arguably the best team in North America.
Trade out RCF, who did get a kill into Art just before falling, but now A site is ripe for the taking in case Toronto's P250 is going to work. Yuri comes in with his own Glock, and it's just gone horribly wrong for Yeah Gaming. They got the first kill in this.
See whether Henny continues to be near invincible. And I think that, you know, let's play it by Maui Snake's expectations. Let's hope Yeah can get themselves 12 rounds across the series. They have to kill, however, as Henny quells the threat, and Art trying to sniff out these corners, finds Tadazin only to fall to his comrade and Fastzin, and a 3v3 ensues. Scout still on RCF, not confirmed just yet. Fastzin's Deagle back in position, maybe at the right moment, but no, he gets caught by Yuri, already extending out from Palace as that bomb comes over. An A site would has crumbled beneath
through the paces, really. It doesn't seem like they've really broken a sweat to me, Scrawny. Like this has just been about as comfortable as
a liquid, an MIBR, whatever it may be. You know, that top caliber of opponent. Present yourself, you know, dress for the job you want, not the one you've got. And Fúria, well, they're doing a hell of a job. No matter where they head, Yuri, he blows up his own teammate. But what's left of the CT still should not ever be enough. The little saving grace is we've seen nice Deagle plays from Doomau, and he hits one now. A chance at a second as Henny runs him down. But it's Henny still standing yet once more. 3
just to see what works out with these double orbs. It does mean Doomau and RCF have no grenades between the two of them, no kits collectively, but the first kill alleviating the pressure that begins to swell, begins to mount, and Fastin, he's not content with one, he wants more, but that puts him into an awkward position and he gets punished as a result. A 2v2 in terms of frags, and now Fúria are coming out worse for wear when it comes to damage. Both Henny and Yuri will be wincing in pain as they limp around the map.
They fall silent as they get closer to that A site, which is, luckily for Yeah, the one of which they have stacked. One of 2 of the ops, of course, here in position. IDK a bit wary of connector, but it's just a straight up split. 2 Palace, 1 ramp. Ramp player may just stay for the post plant if needed. Lots of utility here for Fúria, Molotovs included. So you'd think IDK's position gets burnt, but oh, he gets the bomb delivered on a silver platter. RCF looking to splatter, maybe another T here, looking to take back that man advantage, but the double sniper setup seems to be working so far. Yuri, 34 health, knows where one op's at and has an inkling as to the other. Smoke goes down. That's going to give him a bomb plant, unless he lines it up through smoke or the CT player makes a move, but he walks
in his eyes, goes for the no-scope and falls back, which is certainly the correct decision when you consider there's a MAC-10 and flashbangs about to rip into him. Gets the 1 kill, can fall back. RCF holding the line from shortcut, turning attention to the fight and gets a second. And again, for the second consecutive round, it's the 2 ops doing all the work. Heavy tag, and 2 kills come in back to back. The op has got everything. All 5 kills.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't want to jinx it, but they could take a lead off of this early momentum. Art, he's got other ideas. He gets that Deagle headshot through the edge of the wall. Henny with a Glock just blows RCF's brains out all over.
And been able to get away with getting a kill with a Glock into window. It's a position they've consistently been aggressive with. This crossfire should spell the end of Fúria's push. 2 players get sprawled out into the open. Case Toronto poleaxed by the AWP, and now Henny and Yuri. Good flashbang, solid flash into the eyes of Yuri, couldn't see a single thing, and that leaves Henny in a 1v3. He does have a bit of time to play with, but keeping in mind he would like to hold on to this AWP if possible. But of course, Fúria are an aggressive bunch of players. He goes for the peak, he will be punished, and Yeah Gaming is pretty chill. Not going to let his emotions get the better of him. And speaking of the man, he gets tagged down and finished off from RCF. Not for the first time, Art goes down first, playing very aggressively. This is part of his playstyle. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. Dumas with a spray, hits 2 and survives on 3 HP, lives to tell the tale. Yeah, Gaming have a real shot at getting an 8-7 half, but Vinny again in the clutch is a nightmare, is a monster, and you've got to check under the bed for him. And as fast in, he's having a look, he's found the bomb. Oh, this is brutal for Fúria. But Vinny's got another one.
Ooh, they're offering him openings. With a minute on the clock, fast, and he's sitting on bomb. Henny, he's going to walk right into it, unsuspecting. So it's all on Vinny. Ace or nothing. Clutch or kick. He's done well to find timing on the first 2. Now he gets it on the 3rd as well. Vince, there is time. And the beauty of this is it's not as though the economy matters because it's the 15th and final round. He's going to get blindsided by Catwalk. Dumas shuts it down with a 3K to close the first half.
Oh, hot and heavy and fast. Art is going to be holding the line. Good flashbang. Cost in from the CT's perspective, actually. I thought that was from the CT's, but it was actually a team flash. That's gone horribly wrong for Yeah Gaming. At least they have somewhat salvaged that with Fasting on the Glock. But now Vinny, Serato, going to be joining the troops, and Serato lays down the law with a double USP killing spree. Tanner's in, last man standing, stuck behind the van. He's living on borrowed time. He's about to get collected, and Vinny just whipped out the knife. So at least he's been saved that embarrassment, but Fúria, it doesn't feel like many of these opening duels have gone their way on the T half. So can they finally convert one? Can they at least start to get some success on the T side? Dumas is keeping them in this as he trades out with Art, who did pick up Tattersyn. Yuri now changing positions, going towards Shadow, looking into ramp. But it's very much a split and pick approach from Yeah Gaming, and they are going to get the rewards of RCF, drilling on to Serato, but his teammate has fallen next to him. But with all this time score and he's still on the clock, they can just have a very quickly pushed approach onto the B side, and they already have Dumas who's clearing out market. He knows B side is open.
Yuri gets up Cat instead. They're not going to contest market whatsoever. They're going to forfeit it, knowing that the timing here for Dumas was possible. So he gets nothing so far. Doubles back into their expectations. Trade frag from Yuri, looking to find that bomb carrier. Also separate. A bit of a transition spray, delayed effect, and no result. Yeah, Gaming have
shots in middle from Art's gonna cost him at least 52 of his HP. And he goes out for a wide swing, shot onto IDK, and pieces out of there. Again, the aggression of Art shining through, but he goes for one too many peaks and gets punished from his opposite number, RCF.
Dropping incendiaries towards the palace where nobody actually resides. 3Ts buy their time and spawn, looking to focus more so on ramp than anything else. They'll leave Dumas in mid, and if Vinny's not cautious, that barrel could give him away. But he keeps it tucked in. In fact, very tucked. He doubles back through market. And now we've got that flurry of smoke grenades over the top of the A ramp. Henny looking to hold the line, misses his second shot. And it's RCF trying to reconnect with his sniper. There goes the bomb. Confirmation, it's the commit. And it all goes to shit. They shut it down. Vince, it looks so easy for Fúria at times. Domau's going to be able to lurk out through smoke, but so be it.
Fúria, as they look to try and lay this one down sooner rather than later. Art aggressive in connector, goes in for too many peaks, gets punished by Tattersyn, but Henny perched up on top of the toll booth is going to rain down some pain. RCF counteracts with the AK-47, showing his
really set up Yuri in my opinion, but Dumas seems to know. He's got a sense of the situation, cuts it down to now just Serato. 1v2, sees the head, goes for the labored spray, and a reload needed before he commits, but time was of the essence. Oh, he's right there. He's right there inside the smoke. Serato, he's going to move forward. Gets the headshot. 5v4. Vinny ready. Like a landmine inside of connector. Don't tell me they played with the heartstrings of Yeah just to shut them down on 30, Vince. Don't do it to me. Not like this.
I think they may have just done it to you, but I will say, Scrawny, to put a bit of hope and optimism out there to any Yeah fans. And anyone that wants overtime, we have seen them dig their way out of similar situations to this before, but this may be a bridge to...
Já a segunda partida, um 2-1 em cima da Team One. Team One que foi muito bem nesse campeonato, aliás, hein? Um 16-9 na Trem pra Fúria, um 16-9 pra Team One na Mirage, mas a Fúria acabou levando melhor num 16-7 na Nuke. Destaque pro Art, hein? Ficando mais 21, fazendo 68/47. Com 101 de ADR, o Art aí destruiu o jogo em cima da Team One.
Henny, he's trying to keep himself in this, but Barton, his patience could pay off here. He's back inside T-Con, gets Henny, but then he dies. And Yuri, he's looking for it. It's him versus Maluk, and a fresh reload could do him well. Re-peeks, lots of bullets downrange. He just needs the one. Come on, gets the headshot, or eventually find the frag. Yuri wins pistol for Furia.
As a result of that, trying to dip out of there as fast as possible. That hefty grenade damage onto Barton and Mulbs. Mulbs in particular, definitely a player to watch out for as this best of 3 continues, but the MP9s shred him and shred Barton alongside PRT. 2 kills come back to back for Team 1, Pacer and Maluk, but now it's all down to Pacer with a deagle in tow, and he runs out of ammunition.
MP9 for K Serrato. Henny, close up. Takes one shot, falls back, then it's Malds to try and aggress. He gets Vinny. Now there's the second kill. This is big. Massive entries over on this A site. In K Serrato's position, not meant for that weaponry. Art nowhere to be found as he was still over towards that B site where this whole round began so well for Furia.
Can Team 1 feasibly steamroll the site at range when they're up against AKs or M4s, pardon me, and AWPs? Probably not as easily. Corpse and used it against us. So information being gathered, but the value of it is running dry, and they need to keep their players alive. They tried to go in for a flank with PRT, but that has backfired. And now Henny playing up close to the site has Yuri to help him out one more time. 2 frags to his name. Team 1 post plant, 2v4. No utility between the two of them, but Barton does catch Vinny as he tries to line up a pop flash to try and make a move through there. Barton holding the line. Oh, Pessa! That's a beautiful tap onto Henny. And it looks like they may be able to hold on to this 2v4 after all. Or maybe not. K Serrato's still alive, but time starting to become a bit of a factor. And there is Pessa in an off angle. K Serrato not anticipating that.
Here in the top halls, looking for the head of Barton, but these T's, they're getting dangerously close, and I'm curious how long Furia stick around with this. They already have the 5 versus 4, but now it gets taken right back. Barton, double headshot execution as they lingered a bit too long, and the B site falls beneath them, but bomb. Oh, check out Vinny.
How? How has Maluk pulled that one off? And Team 1 should be good to post up some real digits on this team half. And it wasn't looking likely when they went 3-0 down. Like, the nature in which they lost those rounds was looking a bit bleak, to be honest.
No, wait, that's K Serrato, blinded by a teammate in an attempt to entry. And now the T's look to bounce right into this A side. I talked about cranking the dial. Vinny, he shuts down the player in ladder, but Barton is a beast. And Art will finally end him, at least this round. But Vinny's taking damage, and it's still the 3v3.
Vinny, low HP, though. So HP favoring Team 1, already centralized over on the A side of the map. They're going to go for that plant. Post-plant first kill going the way of Team 1. And Art with the AWP will have no more impact than the lowly frag that he picked up earlier. Yuri, this is where you feel pretty helpless and pretty down about things. You call a timeout, you still get battered pretty much the same way, and it doesn't look like they're going to save too much. Vinny's just going to have to sit in this corner and hope for the best.
Now they're going to go into this B entry, ready to hit it hard. PRT, oh, he's looking for the hard entry, gets it. K Serrato losing his head. Yuri on that FAMAS. The lackluster rifle's not doing work just yet, but Yuri, he could find the best of timing here. Bomb plant coming through. It's not denied, but still the planter dies. Art with another great off shot, and it's low health for the 2 remaining T's. Make it 1. Maluk preemptively dropping the molly on it, but there he goes, peeking into Art, who uses that op to get himself a crucial 3K.
Going overly aggressive. This time it didn't work out, but if Art dies in main, that round is an entirely different outcome for my money. So look at all these smokes outside and a Molotov kill on Barton. as they look to try and push through into A main. They are all together, clumped as one. But Henny has perfect vision of the oncoming tsunami of T's, and he is going to put down the blockade with the rest of his teammates. Stray down, and for the lot of damage to Pacer. Fortunate, at least for Team 1, that no one else was near him, but now they're going to look to charge in there. And Art, look at this stack. They have 2 players with 2 more coming straight in, and it's all the way of Fúria. The Brazilian powerhouses once again shutting down the opposition. Art from downtown with the grenade lands it flesh on Pester's head.
You know, everybody on the team speaks for Team 1 right now. They don't want to tell him to go die, but they know it's going to happen. So with Art already finding footing on this A site, I am not surprised. But yet, nobody's died just yet. Maluk trying to find one through smoke, and it's Malbs to find that opening kill here in the second pistol post plant. Oh, all right. Another little USP tap to the head of Yuri. Art's going to answer back, and this ID position is so strong when dealing with the retake attempt because the CTs can't come around the bomb train. They can clamber over top or push towards E-box, but that doesn't get them closer to the defuse. Oh, Art just omnipresent in this post plant. It was looking possible. However, Team 1 will concede and double digits first for Fúria.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the lifelines that goes with it as well. And with the double doors and the doors on Dust 2 of the B site changing, I would actually argue...
Close to smoke, Barton just on the other side of it. These are the kinds of plays that make him a step above, but oh, you poke the bear and you get slapped back. Maluk finding the headshot onto Art does help. Minute on the clock, and the commitment's here to be made. Maluk, he could get slain by another player upper. Oh no, it's Yuri to actually find him right before he crosses over to plant bomb. Then Henny swoops out ever so slightly. This could be map 1 in the bag. They almost had their chance. Barton, he bit off more than he could chew. Malbs, one more and he's done. It's all on PRT. We've seen him alive in these post plants, but not often enough as he come in with the clutch. This could be the big one. He gets the player off the site at least, but now he needs to close that gap and deal with the ramp room. He's got one flashbang left to his name in Fúria. They play Ring Around the Rosie to close here on train. Henny, he's going to peek out off of the bomb tap. PRT starting to sweat bullets, and there's no chance he has it. Team 1 falling on train to give Fúria an early advantage. You know, it's a little pessimism, but I would call it realism. They will have their hands full, especially with Fúria starting off on the T side, where you know they're just going to try to do what they did on train, where their opponents were meant to be more comfortable. They're just going to run rampant. Just really crank the dial here and see what they can do. See how much they can chew through of the CT side. Barton comes looking up, staring in the face of God. Yuri winks back at him. And of course, the CT picks up the frag. So Henny now, he's looking to shut them down from their spawn. He gets the gush onto Pesa. Barton doubles back to try and kill the man in mid, but it's a 4K from Henny in the pistol. Could allow for them to just continue playing off of each other. Quick clash, real fast, right at the top of mid. And that was what I was anticipating coming out of Team 1. They had their most success on the T side of train when they could set the tempo. Well, Mirage opens up the defense for this type of aggression way more so than train. No defuse kit. If he had a kit and a smoke, I'd say maybe he gets real cheeky, but he still finds a little bit of a timing here to try and make something happen, misses his shots, and that will absolutely cost him. Still no op needed on Fúria, and it's not going to be that top mid clash straight out the gate. No, sir. They're going to hold back a bit more patience inside of connector. A flashbang goes over, but nobody makes their move. And even then, because they didn't rush, you still have Fúria right inside of middle in just mere moments, but Pesa perfectly timed. A second flash goes over.
Excellent bit of aggression, as you say, from Payson. The timing couldn't have been better. I just love watching the utility. It's so beautiful to watch Fúria's mid takes. Everything is so well oiled, so well drilled into place. And now Vinny, 1 versus 4, doesn't have the bomb. That actually just dropped behind him with his teammate. He's gonna have to go back and pick that one up. Smoke put down onto Market, making sure that the apps are also Molotoved off. There's another one for him. So he's getting all of the trimmings that he could want, but the downside is there's 4 players up against him, and it's going to be PRT.
They do still have Yuri inside of the ladder room, but Barton, he'll have his hands full on abs. Molotovs burst inside of the smokes. Vinny, he goes down as he tries to entry, and Yuri activates from the catwalk to cut off at least one, but PRT still stands for a little longer. Pesa takes his position on the back of the bomb site as what's left of Furia has fallen downwards, but hasn't fallen out. Not yet. Another trade back the way of Furia, 1 versus 1, and Maluk, he could find the best of timing. With bomb out in the open, he just can't get tunnel vision, and he won't. Finds K-Serrato, trying to figure out what time goes on. Sure, he still gets the 1 kill, element of surprise, and he takes down a big scalp in Art, but then it's the tease to just move right through. They trade him out at the base of that connector. Bomb being chased by the MP9 falls victim to Henny's patience. Vinny, he's the late lurk, and he gets his 2nd kill. Malbs, he's gonna get hyper aggressive, jumping out from the market. Oh, a 2nd D out of nowhere, and Malbs, he's just gonna look to stick the bomb. Vinny's nowhere to be found. Malbs, that is miraculous.
They wanted a solid lead, and instead they find themselves behind. So K-Serrato, instead of standing and fighting, he decides to fall back in kitchen, which is such a good play. It does put more pressure on his teammate of Art, who's gone down, but it also facilitates a much more powerful retake, which is now coming to fruition. Plenty of headshots have landed, though. Vinny, Henny, Yuri, all low, all struggling, and maybe Mobs can just continue where he left off after that first half. Flashbang tossed in from Yuri, actually doing more harm than good for his teammates. And now they're spinning, they're pivoting, and Mobs has put down 3 frags, but Yuri and Henny simultaneously take out the stragglers.
HP bars, and tell me that wasn't close.
Furia doing an excellent job of stalling the tease, and if they're going to push, it's going to have to be basically blinded, choking on that smoke and choking on the bullets being put down range from Vinny and Art. But Art has been squashed. PRT makes moves onto the site. Headshots are plenty, delivering them all first class. And that smoke is going to keep him alive that little bit longer, giving sanctuary from Vinny's location. As Henny's taking so much damage in the kitchen, this is actually a feasible round for Team 1 to pick up. But PRT caught switching to a Molotov. Down to Henny, and he gets picked off from Maluk. Unbelievable. They actually take Furia's choice of map, and we're headed to Nuke. This is not a map that Furia are necessarily super powerful on, and if Molbs continues to land shots like he did in that last map, this is going to be a very tough ask. They're already going to be vent diving as well. A player up on top of the hut is Vinny, not anticipating that they'd be waiting for him in Squeaky, so a post plant. And Team 1 have multiple players still alive, still kicking for a little bit longer. Art putting bullets down range, doing significant damage to the bomb planter, and then finally finishing off Barton. But Maluk and Pesa haven't really shown their hand too much just yet, but the bomb is being defused. It's all down to Maluk, and his head gets removed from Yuri. Much better from Furia. Understandable timeout. They were in a very awkward position. PRT spraying up. Gonna take a bunch of damage, down to 45. And Pesa, aggression straight away, through on Squeaky, yields 2 kills. Barton gets the 2nd. There's a slight gap in the smoke, and they're gonna make the most of it, Furia. But they need to be careful. If that Molotov extends, it's gonna kill both of them.
Oh my God!
They both hold the line. Big grenade comes in, takes the life of Art, shredding Yuri in the process, and there's Henny. Death from above, 3-0, but
always standing up here, constantly a threat on top of the hut roof. We've already seen Molotovs come in and counter his position, but look at this. They're going to immediately try and rock this one back towards ramp. Art, he's got the AUG in position, cuts down the first 2 players, bomb down into the open as well. This is looking easy for Art, but he tries to get Pesa, who's having none of that, and grabs that bomb to now immediately shift attention elsewhere.
That's a great Molotov, but be careful what you wish for. It forces K-Serrato back against the wall. Underarm nade nearly takes down Pacer. If he'd taken another pace forward, he would have been put down. He's going to be coming out, going for that full-on plant, knows he's going to die afterwards, but actually just gets wall-banged because of the damage that he took earlier on.
Is the ability to get aggressive. Oh, nice. Barton with a deagle headshot into Henny, who is just looking to play patiently on back ramp. A 2nd from Barton. Here he is. The man that rocked the world on train.
So be nerve-wracking start here, Scrawny, to this round.
The 5-0 start that we also got on Mirage. Looking to happen again here. Barton, he's gotten himself a third. Is he legitimately going to pull an ace out of the hat?
Oh my god, the damage from Vinny through the wall is ridiculous. He may not live to tell the tale. But unbeknownst to him, he's tagged all 3 players through smokes, through walls. He'll have no idea how winnable this round actually is. I feel so bad for Vinny though, man.
The smallest of weapons. They can go big. However, Henny posted a bit more aggressively, and Maluk takes that sniper, of which he saved, and gives it right back into the hands of the CT. Now Fúria. Oh, they're mad. They're upset about the last one, and they have just whooped 3 of the members of Team 1. Pesa and Malb's all that's left over. It's a matter of breaking through, getting that kill, and starting to move forward. But he also has only 7 ADR.
I do worry a little bit about this, though, because it makes them that little bit less mobile. And then moving into case Serato nearly sprays Pesa down, survives on 5 HP, but there's 30 seconds to go, Scrawny, and the bomb's been dropped. Oh, that should be the round.
That's that right there. The double sniper setup comes back to bite them. You saw Pesa in hell have his barrel shown and gets tagged up by Case Serato, and then the other oppers trying to entry out hut. This map on Nuke, and Maluk should be empty-handed. He tries for the kill through the smoke, but it just doesn't quite happen, and now that bomb's gone down.
Well, it's not going to keep the teams at bay, though. Stuck on the back of Silo. Art comes out with his Glock, looking for a second slight gap in that smoke, and he pierces straight through the smoke, straight through PRT's head. But Maluk is still standing. It's not a one-dimensional retake positionally for the T's. They had players on both doors. And Case Dorado.
Think about how Yuri got a crucial kill on Secret just last round of the post plant that never gave Team 1 the chance to retake. Maluk, oh, he gets caught. He had been watching that cross. Malbs, Deagle on the bomb site, 2 players on the other side. If this site falls too fast, then maybe he never has the helping hand he most certainly needs. He's got a player pinned behind the door. If he swings this open, then Vinny, he's trapped in the corner. Vinny, he's got a bit of a problem up close and personal, but there's Case Dorado to try and bring this one back. They're now both on the bomb site. They just slipped away from the 2-man Secret flank. The flash comes down from ramp room. Case Dorado is going to just keep himself pinned in, trying to be the smallest target possible. There's the first kill. Can't transition to the second. This map keeps on giving.
1 has to make Case to play with. Plenty of weaponry, but they've lost the first player, and Henny goes in for 2. Typically, the AWP now picks up the AK and just rips through the CTs, taking over the site in the process. Malbs and Maluk left, and they're separated, isolated, and they're being eviscerated. Malbs, the last man standing up in heaven, 10 kills to his name, can't add an 11th, and Fúria now have 8 match points.
They're gonna go for the B plant.
And they should be successful in those endeavors too, because the bulk of the CTs are up on A. They're up on ramp. They need to rotate through. Yuri is watching for this flank on Secret, or they might line up for him, or not. Maluk wide swings with the Deagle and takes his head clean off. Henny still perched at the back of the site, hasn't budged an inch since planting it successfully. Now has to try and stave off the onslaught. Vinny, again, right place at the right time. He may never land all the frags, but he is so impactful, and he could be the man that finishes it all off. Fúria slipped and slid.
E o jogo contra a Chaos já nos playoffs, hein? É um 2-0 imponente sobre a Chaos. A Fúria jogando na Nuke, fazendo aí um 16-8, virando 12-3. No lado do CT. Já na Inferno, um 16-11, um jogo bem equilibrado, mas no final levando melhor pra gente. Um destaque aí pro Cacerato, fazendo 46/28 nessa melhor de 3, com apenas 2 mapas, é claro, e com 1.44 de rating. O Cacerato aí mandando muito bem, como sempre.
Pressured momentarily as outside is beginning to fall under control of the T's. Plenty of smoke's been put down already, a wall has been built, but Art, of course, aggression. And Chaos having to deal with this ruthless aggression from Squeaky as well. Yuri opening up. into Squeaky, mitigating all of that outside control. And now with a 5v3 advantage, Yuri drops downstairs, delivering another fatal blow. But Zeppa at least stands tall. One of the players to watch out for Chaos over the duration of this tournament. The guy has a very high skill ceiling. And Serato looking to demolish Chaos's for this round. Zeppa's all that remains. He's shut down in the back. It's a comfortable 3-0 sweep. But if they are feeling supreme confidence, as clearly they are one more time, things get a little bit sketchy. Henny misses his shot, does land the shot onto Leaf, but it's a leg shot. Not going to get the outright frag, and this is where the over-aggression could pay out against Furia. You heard Steele say that he was going to expect the unexpected, that Furia liked to go for these slimy plays, as he coined it. Well, he's done a good job of navigating himself across to the site for the plant, and this should fall.
Force the T's to walk into his bullets, etc. Whereas with that sniper rifle, he would have much rather been back behind the box, that long range of engagement where Art would have had maybe...
Forcing back Furia, starting to take some ground for themselves, but not getting any kills in the process. Vinny, off angle, is going to be enough to shed out Steele, and Serato going to be baited into, from Leaf's perspective, it's death from above. And another round may be slipping away as time itself begins to meander towards the next round. Vanity wrecked and finished off by the M4. He would have burnt to a crisp either way. Zeppa, they did line up. There was maybe a brief moment before the bullet passed through his head where you felt like it was a possibility, but it's all been taken away. And helpings of smokes and flashes. And some aggression through Squeaky. This is a play that Art loves to go for time and time again. And it's going to be successful one more time. But Leaf does come out and reels him, backflips him into a death through the smoke into the head. Vinny holding the line for a little bit longer. Zeppa also chipping in. But now Vinny on top of the hut has a really important task ahead of him. And he's going to fail after getting the one kill. That could be good enough, though, to succeed for the round, especially considering the HP of Chaos is low. And is there going to be any magic after the timeout? It's not looking good. Henny just sneaks his way into Hut, dispatching of Zeppa, leaving Leaf in a 1v1. Big grenade damage, 13 HP remaining, and the AK behind it is going to get a 7th round for Furia. So nearly landing 2 frags, but missing out on both puts more pressure on Art. One kill going to be posted by him before he is sent out. And silence, 25 seconds, bomb plant. Extends the round timer that little bit longer. And Furia now need to chip together. They have the funds to effectively go for this, but it's down to whether Serato and Yuri can muster up the strength. Yuri smoked off, does go for a spray and tags Leaf somewhat. Serato picks up the AWP from Art's corpse and now uses it against the T's. The hop-up play was not the one that Leaf needed to go for, but I believe he was flashbanged. A 2v3. They had a 4v3 in their favor additionally. 25 seconds. It just takes one spray to turn this on its head, and now Steele, who is watching for the late flank, becomes the flanker himself. Becomes the deal. Oh no, the deal's been taken off the table maybe. Henny, with the AWP, takes him out of the equation, but Yuri's not really in great shape to go for this.
And Steele taking a lot of the work onto his own shoulders with these late lobby plays. Vinny, he has slipped into the squeaky door, so this could very well catch players off guard. Leaf, he peeks, and he nails the headshot. That man advantage could be huge here. Serato on the rafters, just focusing on Mini. They know it's open. Labored spray, but he gets the frag. Yuri also blinded. Henny hits the headshot off of the sniper rifle, and Vanity, he is going to dive down vents with bomb. We will have Chaos in the post plant, but how far does he get? They are already starting to swoop down upon him. The newly appointed primary opper in Vanity has been a bit self-critical across the tournament, but he has been warming up as time goes on. Opens the door, and he has Henny ahead of him. His hands full. A tap onto the bomb, and Vanity clutches 2 kills in the post plant. What do I know? Art blows open the squeaky door, or rather has it blown open, tries to peek through it. He will never shy away from a fight. That's the beauty of Art. But he may get pummeled here by the T-pinch. Flashbang. Oh my god, Vanity, he kills Steele And Jonji, he fragged out with that AK, but K Serato on the back of the site and Vinny with the CZ. They just swarm you, Vince.
Have just been very, very solid. Steal, Mac 10 in hand, goes for the spray, lands it, but they've already taken one casualty. There's the second. It's even trades back and forth, but the HP favoring the CTs, and they both reside on the correct side. The calls, the reads from Fúria have been second to none. They always seem to know where Chaos are pushing. They are in their head, but still, I thought Art realized he was behind the vent. He heard him spraying. Still walks in there and gets eviscerated as a result. Vanity goes down 1v1 post plant with Steel on 21 HP. It will be a post plant, but he may not escape. The smoke allows him the luxury to back away and potentially go in for a peek, but K Serato was waiting. He had the patience, and there's a bit of BM to follow it up as well. Mate, you just banged them 12-3. Is it really needed? Kicking a man when he's down?
And then lighting him on fire. 12-3 at the end of the CT side from Fúria. There was moments for Chaos to get into the game, but those minute mistakes were oh so aptly punished. And now in the second pistol, we've got the Brazilians already with their entry on this A site. Vanity's going to start emptying the utility belt, trying to soften up his targets, which he will, but still no kills, at least not to the favor of Chaos. And not even a bomb plant just yet. Fúria, they waited a moment, knowing that Heaven could have gotten peaked. 3 players coming through Mini, 2 of which already shut down, and it is now just Vanity left. He's got a swarm of terrorism beneath him, Vince, and it boils over the top.
And Jonji's had a rough day at the office, but maybe he can remedy the situation. He's landed one frag onto Art. It was a nice try, but now all the pieces of the puzzle are coming into place nicely. The Brazilians looking to finish this off. It was a bit slower than they were anticipating, especially when they won that second pistol. But now Vanity and Leaf have the weight of this map on their shoulders. Vanity up in heaven. He's had a good game. Landed plenty of solid flicks, and there's another one. Vinny not able to counteract quick enough and actually gives his position away, which is great news for Vanity because he could have overextended beforehand. The downside is his teammates died, but he is still alive, still kicking, still keeping Chaos in this. And if K Serato peeks in, he will be a dead man because Vanity's not budged an inch. He hasn't heard the drop yet, so it stands within reason to stay in position. And Vanity actually doesn't get the frag. I was sure he would.
It looks so damn close. And that's exactly what they did versus Liquid as well. And we saw why, Vince. It's kind of like they got to play their game, and then they just couldn't hold on to the second half when Liquid started to batter them and bruise them a little bit. And if you know that if Fúria are going to get aggressive and set the tempo in the second half when they're on T side, try and get your textbook implemented first and foremost. But it's not working too well. Not because the play's not good, but rather the frags are looking fantastic for Fúria. There was definitely wiggle room there for Chaos. Nobody actually makes that move. K Serato at the top of Banana has a teammate's flash, prime him for the peak. A fresh reload, and Vinny looks to keep him alive, but he does die. That's one of the MP9s to hit the dirt. Art, CZ connects to the head, and Steel, with a picked up weapon, starts to rack up the costs here. Fúria, 2 players make it through.
To him and myself, because he was in a smoke. So I'm not sure how that Molotov snuck its way behind the barrels, but he survives. Somehow Henny also survives with HEs and grenades flying around and being flung onto the site. Leaf straight out into the open as he goes in for the kill. In the blink of an eye, 3 players die on both teams. Vanity goes to retrieve the AWP, and it all falls down on the shoulders of Art. He does have 9 HP, but an AWP by his side. And it's not going to be able to flick in time for Vanity's aggression. Chaos get their first round.
Art, he wants to get boosted, or is he just going to go for the dry peek? Regardless, Leaf, he's opened it up. Oh, a collateral shot, a follow-up connect. Zeppa takes 2 to the chest, and Art still holds his ground. Vinny will boost him to try and regain some sort of vision, but there is so much smoke on Banana that they just fall back, and they're going to try their hand at the A site instead, but Steel, he walks into the lying weight of Henny, who goes through smoke only to be popped by Leaf. Good job by Leaf to find that space, to create it, and make it a possibility for his team to still walk away with this. Vanity bomb plants in the back of the site, which opens up that lane wrap. Leaf, he's going to go ahead and try and close it with the first headshot onto Vinny. It's looking good, but Art's able to respond with the op. 3 kills and 3 snipers left over. Vanity trying his damnedest to keep it kicking. Hits the headshot off the sidearm, but Art's got the 4K.
Vanity, some hyper-aggressive plays, ruthless through middle, unrelenting, looking to try and skewer and pivot onto the site where one player remains. That's only Henny with an MP9, but he's gets found, tagged and fragged from Steel from the backside. Now Serato aggressive through the smoke. There's so many gaps being plugged in from Chaos, but it seems like finally this aggression is going to fall on deaf ears. But in terms of where the round will fall down, surely this is Chaos's to lose. Leaf gets caught. No damage really inflicted to Vinny in that engagement. And now Vinny may get baited back in. He's got a kit. He's got all the pieces of the puzzle to put into place. But he has no idea where the remainder of these 2 teams are. They're both on the side.
Vince.
And now he's going to decide that he wants blood, but Steel takes him out with the MAC-10 point-blank range. Smoking out to try and keep himself alive. Maybe he can go pick that gun up. And some more aggression down middle now, this time from Art. He's going to go the same way. Steel anticipating it, continues to push. Henny has to smoke this off, and now it's Steel's turn to go aggressive. He wants to show Furia just how frustrating it is. But he won't be getting kills because Furia only have 2 players left. They've been thinly spread out. Yuri pushes through, I should say, the Molotov and does get punished.
Steel's just had himself quite the good series. That's what I'm most impressed with, and especially here on Inferno. He's making a lot of playmaker moments, like jumping through smoke with the MAC-10, grabbing the op off of the corpse, and then in the end, leading his team. Because despite their best efforts and despite that early damage, there is still 0 kills.
No kills thus far. They're going to go for a reverse wrap. They push through B towards A. The bomb is currently in the apps area. It's about to dart out, and Chaos have kept 2 players over here. Serato gets a shot on his way out. Vanity's going to get plugged in. What an interesting round that is from Furia. And it's looking like it's going to take the round out of the hands of Chaos. It's a 1v4. Zeppa's going to fall. I love that. A change up on the classic. You typically run.
They see ahead. That's huge. Vinny takes it off of Vanity. Now Steel, he can still hold that cross, but Leaf, he's just working with the MP9. He still manages the first one, but Yuri, he has to be cautious of the opper. And he's given a chance in this post plant. It is Yuri versus Zeppa and Steel. Sniper in the library. AK working through apps, and Steel dives back through Arch to give himself a bit of a different position. Now, Yuri, there's the possibility that he fell back short or moved here into this position. Do they call it? Oh, they do. Absolutely. Zeppa, he gets the better of the timing, Vince. Yuri looks uncomfortable.
Needs to make sure he stays alive. Chaos cannot afford any more mistakes. Art pushing the smoke into his tomb. Serato's going to join him, so at least he's got company in the afterlife. But now Henny goes in with his AK-47. The weakened Jonji has now been finished off. We're 2 players down. Wouldn't you know it, it's Steel with the flank. He's been dealt with, but there's a second player that comes in. The double flank is a success. And the smoke goes down from Banana. Look at how they've locked Henny into play. 1 smoke top Banana, 1 smoke bottom. Just choking out his time. They know he has the bomb.
So you'd think if even he kills Leaf, Vanity wide swings, finishes him off. He has 10 health, Henny. And he's not even gonna... Oh, wait, he does. I say, not expect the position up above, but he saw a shoulder. Vinny's on the deagle because Serato has his gun. But they hear this jumping, man. This is haphazard. They're taking risks. Serato's coming in knowing exactly what's going on. They just go for the jump spot, Vince, and Serato is so prepared that he takes both of their heads off. He had a great indication to their position because of those audio cues. And now with the follow-up smoke, he'll have 0 vision on being able to stop that bomb. A 5v3 post plant. I said they did a good job of denying the 15th round, but Furia take this one with absolute ease.
I don't really understand the jumping either, because even if you do have a crossfire put into place, it gives information to the T's that they know where one of those 2 players are. And it just stops the guessing game. When you come around the corner and you have several angles to watch out for, you now know where one angle is. That is really, in its essence, in its core, why Fúria are such a deadly team, because everybody on this squad is capable of madness. They still have that potential. They haven't shown up just yet on Inferno. And you're against them, and it's format and match points. And it's going to be hyper-aggressive plays. CSGOStore goes in, gets the first pick and the second, and that might be all she wrote for this match.
It's not looking too good here for Chaos, especially as Henny gets another headshot. Yuri finding Leaf. Vanity's going to be stampeded by CSGOStore, who to me is the MVP of this.
E a final, hein? E pra você que acompanhou, foi um verdadeiro teste pra cardíaco. Um 16-11, mapa escolha da Fúria, na Vertigo. Mas quem levou melhor foi a Liquid fazendo um 16-11. Já na Nuke, um 19-16, jogo aí que a Fúria tinha tudo pra fechar facilmente, mas acabou levando o overtime, porém, melhor pra gente. Já na Inferno, um 16-11, equilibrado, e no final, Fúria campeã. Destaque pro Vini, o Vini, hein? 77/59 nessa melhor de 3. Na Inferno, o Vini acabou fazendo 37 frags, com 126 de ADR e 1.95 de rating 2.0. O Vini literalmente smurfou em cima da Liquid.
Encircling from the ramp, 2 kills go his way, but a deagle up close is going to put down Twist from Vinny, who's now trying to go in for more. Liquid actually have the advantage now in this post plant, but it's not necessarily planted for Elige, so he has to wide swing, and in doing so, Odd may be there to deliver, but for the second consecutive time, Elige will clutch out for Liquid.
The two highest rated players for the event thus far, Grim and Nav. Ooh. Third and fourth, Art and Henny. So those are the stars we're looking for in terms of the consistency, but if today's the day Elige comes alive, then Fúria may have their hands full. Vinny, are you kidding? Just connects into the head of Nav. This is one of those rounds that looks completely unwinnable, but Vinny is looking spectacular, and Elige even better.
Elige on the edge of 280 or 191 to his name. It's early, but goes to show the impact that he's had. Grim comes in with one, and it's that man Elige that's been shut down first. And with that talisman dead and buried around 5, maybe this is where the Brazilians get their first success. Grim just pacing around the smoke, makes some noise and gets sprayed out from Yuri. And this round should fall into place. Nafly, how much damage can you do on your way out? You know the CT economy is going to be lackluster. Back onto this side, though. So once he comes around the corner, Nafly may be a dead man. And indeed, Yuri puts the final nail in the coffin. Fúria finally on the board. He gives him extra firepower. I'd expect to see them drop that. 2 ops on T-side, Vertigo, kind of unheard of, to be honest.
Oh, no.
Not ideal. CSGOStore's going to be pressured as a result of that. But he can make a different angle come into effect. If Twist peaks, he's a goner with 1 bullet. And CSGOStore's whiff smoke means nothing. It's all by design, or at least that's the way he'll try and spin it. And now Stewie, 1 versus 3. With Fúria taking the first casualties. They got the first pick from Stewie. And then CSGOStore's awkward positioning. You thought this was going to go their way, but CSGOStore gets nullified. It's a great cost to the HP of Stewie. Peering around the corner, no one's home. Good Molotov tossed in, forces him away from the site. 15 seconds to go. Stewie aggressive, nearly gets the shot. Needs to be careful. Judging that Molotov spread to perfection, but Vinny, realizing the time was low, went in for a peek. Does seem like they're going to keep some presence over on A. As Stewie can make his presence known, but Yuri puts him down and silences him. CSGOStore using that smoke as a bit of sanctuary, spraying up through. The 2-player push, not going to be successful just yet, but now the second 2 come into play. And Elige and Nafly, although they're both wounded, are putting down frags. There's another one. Elige onto CSGOStore. Henny begging that they're going to peek him at wide right side. But Elige not interested, just goes for the plant instead. And with 2 players, Liquid don't really need to make moves. They don't need to overextend. It's down to Henny to move in. And Nafly, the firing squad, is good from Liquid. This is why I'm a big fan of Vertigo. I know a lot of people out there aren't a huge fan of the map, but it gives you games like this when you have 2
Fúria and Liquid. It's this perfect storm.
Oh, Henny. That's peak. Oh, he gets 2. I didn't think he got to control the spray well enough, but he did. And now Stewie in the same position gets 2, nearly spins for a 3rd. Can't get it done. It's going to finish. Find out which of these two teams will have their hand raised above their head for Vertigo. Grim gonna be pressured in, smoke in his eyes, affording the bomb plant. That grenade though, chunking Grim, gonna make this retake that little bit more difficult, but a solid counter nade put into place. They know that Henny still has to be perched on the site. There was no way for him to rotate and retreat out of there. Case Dorado, Glock in hand, they're gonna line up for him. The first pistol went the way of Liquid, but Case Dorado is gonna try and take this one away from them. Art pushing through the smoke, spraying them down, and Fúria, the Brazilians, have got their revenge. 8-8.
And Fúria looking to take titles yet again. Look, Grim, same position as the pistol, same result. Fúria, they're just going to charge headstrong at him. Although last time they had players coming in from short, and the Liege, well, this time he stands tall. Art's low, Grim still posted, able to take the headshot. Weapons making a world of difference as Grim takes down.
That is a horrendous trade. Of course, Liquid don't know this for guaranteed certainty. Grim thinking about going for that peak. Flashbang in first, spins around, there's one. Nearly gets the second, and Nafly follows him up for two more. The trade going beautifully in favor of Liquid. Oh my god, that aggression yields so much, and Liquid take the first map.
That's Mini, and they answered back with the smoke onto Squeaky themselves. Very tense pistol round, and nobody really wants to make much of a move just yet.
Flashes out, the push comes out as well. Twist gets the first, Yuri also chips in, he gets a double, and now Henny can hold the line as he spins into a double headshot. So Liquid, they took their time to press onto the site, but when they did, duel between these two heavy hitters potentially, or maybe not. They're going to bypass all of this by pushing outside instead. They're getting each other's way, but the timing there to duck down, nearly getting team killed, and Twist gets three, sprays out onto the A side. It's all on Henny with the MP9, but the firepower is lacking. It will not stand toe-to-toe with these AK-47s, and now Art's going to show his hand. He goes aggressively through on Squeaky. That's the bomb that goes with him. Has the right idea. Elise spraying up through the vent, not landing a single bullet, and Art goes back in for more. He's been tagged down to now 19 HP. Post plant comes up, and Grim with full HPs up against him. All the pressure, all the emphasis put on Art's shoulders. Very capable shoulders as he lands the shot onto Grim. Art creates carnage on the canvas.
I think a little side conversation will be interesting to see how Grim can get into this game. You know, sometimes losing that 1 versus 1 early, that can do a lot to your confidence. And remember, he's never been to the semifinal with teams like this, let alone having a map advantage over Fúria as they absolutely deny any entry into that A site. It's Grim yet again, tapping with the tech. Vinny, perhaps his second head, but Grim now back in lobby, being flanked and being cut off. What? But Stu has hit the dirt. Nash's gonna burn Case Dorado into the open. Either he puts it out or goes for the peek, and oh my goodness, he gets the kill, but Grim, immediate trade frag. Elige, he's gonna get damaged as Art connects into Twist. Grim trades onto Vinny. 12 HP for the two remaining Ts, and Art, oh, he tries to cheat around the side of the smoke yet again, and it's Henny, now tasked to clutch. Oh, and he gets shut down too. Elige, welcome to the scoreboard. But Liquid had the most recent, and maybe now, those scales you talk about, ever so tip closer. Art, he had a very real chance at that second shot. Elige, a bit of a labored spray. Yuri trades straight away, and Yuri goes back in for second servings, trying to keep them off of Squeaky, but Grim goes ahead and catches Henny. That's that ramp play I'm talking about. Sometimes he just gets really aggressive, and it could have worked out had he corralled those players on Squeaky. How does this retake unfold? One kit on Case Dorado. Smoke for the bomb, perhaps. Double flashbang if they need to burst out. Then he's going to go ahead and pop the second window. Flashbang over towards ramp. That's where Stewie's at. No, excuse me. Stewie's still on rafters, and he gets aggressive, trying to take it all by control. Now leaving the lesser half players to try and keep this up. But Yuri, he is on an absolute tear. 3 kills in the post plant, but he got the kit. There's time. I swear there's time. Just enough of it. Fúria find their 6th. Could hold this position. If nobody from this T side comes through hut, then Art could be the thorn in their side in terms of a post plant. Yuri's gonna try to line up spray through Mini, and it almost works, but here comes Grim with the headshot. Art does fall back for just the 1 kill because Twist comes in eventually. And this is what I'm talking about, Vince. If it's not Yuri with the multi-frags, then who's stepping up for Fúria?
a real pain in the ass. Honestly, a masterclass. If you want to find out how to play outside on CT side nuke, watch Yuri.
They're met by utility and aggression. Art, he is going to peek into this and get punished for it. Twist takes his head, and now we're going to get them to activate. Team Liquid charging headstrong into the B site, just taking player after player down. Henny now the only answer, and Grim's going to make quick work of him right then after.
It's looking good for Liquid's fifth. And give them a bit of a lifeline. Vinny may cut that abruptly short, but he has no utility to play with. An incendiary in his face. And on top of that, he has Twists on the other side, plus a slew of terrorists who are looking to envelop him, and envelop him they shall. Halftime reads 10-5 in favor of Furia.
No contact just yet. Barely any damage done, and the bomb plant's not far off of it. Here's Henny trying to give cover over towards Mini side. He is that bomb planter, so now he commits. And the flashbang means Team Liquid, they just drop down from heaven. There's T's right in front of them. That smoke grenade creating chaos as Liquid just sweep away the second pistol. Vinny getting ever closer. Leash, he's gonna pop his head up. Oh, a bit of a late reaction, but still able to catch that first kill. Art trades it and focuses forward to find Naf on the scout. This AK from Art looking to be all the difference. Henny can't quite contain Grim inside of the hut, and Dorado hears that reload just on the other side of the door. So we do get Furia ducking down to the B bomb site. Now listen, Vinny, he was one of the very first adopters of that Krieg, even before all the other pros knew of the meta, so he has the most hours on it. But does Yuri have that same comfort with the weapons? Seems so. Quick little headshot into Stewie, and it is almost flawless. He gets aggressive. Nice to have an emergency plan in place. Naf eats a couple flashes. The T's, they're trying to pick up the tempo here. They're already starting to compromise Mini. Grim, he shuts that down. Twist gets the kill in Hut. It's only Dorado to answer, and overtime looking oh so likely. Unless Yuri can go massive in the 1 versus 3. The grenades go past. He tries to push, and Team Liquid hang on for dear life.
Molotov goes in, forces a leash back, and now Naftalai couldn't ask for an easier shot. Completely open, no smokes down there. There's the second. Oh, he's feeling it now, Scrawny. You better believe that confidence is boosted up nicely.
Grim, he's ready to catch a head on Dorado. Now it's inside of Hut. The next kills and start to unfold. Vinny, he's going to get caught by a bit of damage here. Naf in the open, still able to fight tooth and nail. 15 HP left as the Liege gets that final kill.
Be a combo breaker when it really counts for Furia. A Liege aggressively out through May. First player falls, some damage done. That player advantage has now been nullified, mitigated entirely. Will this post plant be nullified? Dorado says no with his AK. Henny sprays in, anticipating that Nafly will be the last player to make a move through main, and that is the correct assumption. This Molotov is going to completely deny him. In actual fact, it was a flashbang, pardon me, but it doesn't really matter.
Towards the close of Nuke. However, they did just win that most recent round, so considering the momentum Liquid had used to get this far, now things start to collapse around them. 3 immediate kills coming out for Furia. The confidence to just rush into the A site leaves Stewie, who has been strapped for frags all second map long, dies empty-handed. Furia with 2 T rounds.
And it was this man, Art, who was so aggressive with the AWP all half long. Does land a shot there. The no-scope nearly gets his second. And Twist now gonna barrage outside of Hut with his teammates. But both AWPs over here. Henny got a fast enough call that he rotated in through heaven and puts down the pain where it was required. Liquid, 2v3 stacked against them with Nafly on a measly 9 HP. And they smoke onto the site and decon. They're going to try and push behind this, but here's Vinny from the double doors, taking significant damage. This would be such a huge moment for Grim to step up and clutch out for Liquid. If he pulls this off, they're right back into this overtime. Otherwise, they're eyeing up 2 map points for Furia, and he can't get the job done.
And Henny, he just has to hold off for his teammates to arrive. He goes aggressive. He decides to fight before the other pieces are in place, and it works. But oh, Elige, he looks away just as Dorado goes for it. It's Stewie's chance to claw this one back. 2 men in the post plant. Grim and Stu. Grim shuts down the peak from the double doors, and now it's even, but not the HP. Grim, he just turns on a dime and shuts it down in time to leave it on CSGOStore. He has a huge health advantage and an excellent grenade to the back of the bomb site, shuts that one down, but now he knows where Stewie's at. A single bullet would be the difference, and Stewie's just gonna patiently post on stairs. He waits and dares CSGOStore to try and stick the defuse, which is exactly what he's gonna do. Stewie runs out and goes down, but now he's back on it. Is there time? It comes to the wire. Oh, and Fúria win the round. Fúria push this to map 3.
It's all reset. Effectively comes down to a best of 1. Henny dropped early on to the hands of Twist, and now Stewie 2K gonna be asked to fend off the oncoming tees. Grim pushed to the back of the site. That pistol aim is true. It is crisp and carves into the head of Art, looking for another one, but Yuri denies it. Oh, Yuri spins around and perforates the smoke for a second frag. But because the pressure has consistently been applied, Liquid now have the player advantage in this post plant. Albeit with Stewie on 4 HP, they do have a kit. Only a decoy alongside it. Vinny comes in for 1. Going to be spinning back out again, but can't pivot into a second. And now CSGOStore holds the line for the 1 frag. Twist is low. He is lumbered. He has been fragged down. And CSGOStore will take the first pistol for Fúria. We are perfectly placed for a very close nail biter of a finish. Another dink. This time it's Vinny. 3 players. The Fúria, 50 or below HP, but they're getting it done. They're making this low HP work for them somehow, some way. They've cracked open the site, and now Nafly with his Mac 10, looking to rip through the oncoming T's, and he'll do just that. Switches across to the CZ. Perfect positioning to allow his teammates to funnel their way through. One of which is going to join them on Ruins. That's the Liege, but he gets wrecked down to 3, partially through the smoke. 10 seconds to play with. Nafly is going to go for the peak and denies the bomb plant.
With the 4K, Naf now on the M4, peeks into Art, loses his head. Art is the only rifleman of this 3rd round. His teammates, already low on utility, have 2 flashes to their name, but they just got their paws on that M4. Now Twist, he's gonna have to keep his head down. He loses to Vinny on that picked up rifle, and Yuri connects with the Tech 9. Dude, this is just like Nuke. Back and forth and back again.
They're okay to give them the 2 SMGs. It's not a great deal.
But Grim, he is just all the way back. Now there goes the flash. He tries to peek out and sees nothing. Oh, Yuri, he was jumping up, tunnel visioned on it. Naf now trying to connect through the side of the smoke. Will get one, but he's down to 12 HP. And Twist, he could get called into the action, but he's so far removed. That's close, so dangerously close to stopping the bomb plant and throwing this 2 versus 4 into question. But I think we already have our answer. Fúria should have this 5th round. Naf and Twist, they're going to try and make it happen. 2 T's stranded in the pit, neither of which is watching coffins. Naf gets 1 before he dies, and Twist, he has more health than the last 2 men combined. Flash goes over top. First peek is there for him to take. But he doesn't have the kit on him. He's got the players dangerously close, but he has to walk away. He cannot close this round. It's Fúria to lead 5-1.
He's trying to keep them busy so they at least die from the bomb, but I think they're going to be okay. Oh no, CSGOStore does go down to the bomb, so it's a bit awkward, but you can see the money from Fúria.
It's not easy to contest with Fúria when it comes to banana control. It's not easy at all because they have utility and then some. Great grenade landing on the feet of the first frag. Stewie removes. Grim, wild spray, labored effort, but he connects it in the end. And there's a second player here. It's Elige taken down on the side of coffins. Oh no. Team Liquid, they had yet another chance. Naf wastes no time, but he survives mere seconds. Twist, 1 versus 3. Another ridiculous round they commit. You never know what's coming on this B site, and despite the best efforts of the rotators from Liquid, Fúria to go towards this A site, it would seem. Minute 20 means they have time to turn tail, but Stewie gets aggressive in the apps, and he gets 1 off his pistol. Now it's Elige's turn with the Deagle just beneath them. He can't quite find the angle. They fall. Bomb now dropped on top of him. CSGOStore able to trade it. Elige, hands on the AK. And both those players so close, far closer than Grim is on the rotate with only his 5-7. Unleash, near omnipresent in this pit.
But is it going to yield the round? 12 seconds. Fury, you've got to get a move on. You can't afford to just sit in position anymore. You've actually got to press aggressively. You've got to do something about this. Heart now stuck all alone and gets picked off by Grim, and that is much better from Liquid. Just what they were looking for. You know you have to player advantage. Nafly playing in the alcove, trying to bypass through flashbangs, but he's already low HP, and that does put him into a position where it's a one and done at best. Good flashbang tossed in, catching players with flashes. Oh, please, triple spray. Unreal plays from the NA Hope.
Throughout the first 40 seconds, now they are right here on a leash. And can he do it again? Now he's caught playing with grenades. Oh, which lands right on the feet of Vinny, but this A site's definitely in question. Twist and Pit, Naf on site. Twist, not even inside of the pit, but rather just holding in the open, and it's perfect. Up until Art's one-op shot, it was flawless, but Art coming in big with the 2 kills nearly for a moment made you believe. Furia, they're sizing up this open banana, Vince. They are getting ever closer. Grim, he's going to be on a different position. Now he has a bit of an angle. Stewie, again, a missed shot, but Grim comes in with the double. Stewie then connects his. And that Molotov forces Art into the open where Liege lies in wait to just clamp down on that final effort of Furia.
These double ops in play, everything changed. It's not just the fact that Fury and Nafly have been landing a ton of frags, it's the fact that mentally you know they're on the table. And Furia seems to have maybe gone a bit too aggressively as a result of that. Ali sprays through the smoke, but it comes out second best. Stewie gets flashed and fragged by Art, but a position they've not used yet. Grim up on the boost, doesn't get peaked. And now he goes in for more, but that overextension costs him dearly and potentially cost Liquid the round. Twist has made a quick rotation through onto Banana, but he's all alone. There's no foundation for him to build off. And he's making noise. He wants to try and buy up some time and just run straight at the T's, catch them off guard, but now there's another Molotov down. Wherever he moves, the floor is water, and Liquid water at that, and Liquid will get...
When Furia started off on Inferno, but Liquid found some footing. And if they can find a second pistol, then we're all tied up at 8. They're looking for it quick. As they charge up to the top of Banana, it's only Twists with 1 kill. Vinny has that double. And K-Serato's got him covered in terms of smoke, but a Gush, regardless, takes Vinny down to the bare bones.
That may even give Furia an idea as to where the bomb is planted. These are little intel and little scouting tips that they've picked up. And he's taking it slowly. So they're going to try and overwhelm Nafly. They know Naf is balcony or apps. Stewie now moves back. They've got a decent crossfire down. And now it comes down to aim. How is he dueling? How is the time management? Additionally, Nafly spins around and gets 1. But he's the last man standing. He goes down. It's incredibly close. Is there going to be enough time for this defuse? No. They have to back away. And Liquid actually take the round and make it theirs.
Considering what else Furia have to work with, God, that could have been big. But speak of the devil, Vinny, he is just so committed to this position, gets a second 1D, doing more than he is asked to, setting up his team to perhaps rob back this round. We've got Henny and Yuri, both in the back of this bomb site. And the T's are starting to come over with smokes and fire and fury, but Henny, now is the time. Connects a huge D. Naf, that's lag. Oh, the unfortunate timing. Alige, he too toppled. It's the 1M4 and the dirty Deagle damage from Furia.
That's where Liquid are looking to push.
Stewie's creeping around the arch side just in front of the smoke, so they are absolutely going to abuse that timing, but Henny with the Galil. Hold under question. Hold under threat of crumbling. The 3 T's about to sink their teeth into this. Vinny finding that timing from the arch wrap, but Twist, he has 100 health, the bomb, and 2 CTs that lie ahead. He could even double back, and that's going to put Vinny in a compromised position. Vinny's crouching wide, and he gets his kill. 27 frags for Vinny. Bit of timing. Vinny, he starts to move downwards. Stewie hasn't quite heard it yet. Now he has. He turns back around, and Vinny able to get that kill. His 28th of this map so far. And Team Liquid, they're just going to go with what they wanted. This A play. Grim, good entry versus Yuri. K-Serrato in the open. Almost has the double, but Naf with the drive-by Galil puts us to the 2v2. Creeping around the sides of Arch, we've got Twists on Graveyard and Naf back bomb site. Op shot rings off. Vinny's position still unbeknownst. Now he finds that perfect timing. It's Naf who dies. Vinny arrives. 13 kills to his name now. Does that magnetize them towards it? Or do they rock the boat back towards B? Vinny aggressively peeking down Banana gets caught. He does kill Grim, but it's 3 players for Liquid to charge headstrong towards that B site. And if Art dies to this in Twists, then it's sayonara. 10th round for Liquid confirmed.
Yeah, it's looking like a save. Their economy not out of the woods just yet, but they are getting closer and closer to safety. Fury are going to try and keep them submerged. 9.9k.
Oh. They go for the double frag, and there's an M4 up close. This plays right into the hands of Vinny and Art, who is just there behind him. 2 kills immediately for Liquid. They think they could just pummel their way through, anticipating somebody behind Wood, but not thinking about that M4 close. Penny now contested on Arch, shuts down Elige, goes back for the re-peek perhaps, but it's gonna be a little too late. There's room for Naf and Twists. The Canadian combo ready to take over this A site. They have to unearth Yuri from Pit and deal with K-Serrato up close. They're buying their time, and Yuri, perfectly timed, goes for the double spray down. 5 survivors standing.
If anything, he's greedy, Scrawny. Give your teammates some kills.
Give him a chance. Or keep it up. Whatever works for Furia. Grim gets that entry quick on Balk, and they're just going to try and push headstrong into the A site. Stewie, good timing through that smoke, gets the best of the first rotator. Art coming in quickly from that short side. Elige throwing utility. Art ops up, but Twist keeps him pinned down, and it's all on Vinny. Come on, buddy.
There's Vinny. He may seem like a placid, docile, kind guy, but he is ruthless on the server.
Liquid with an affinity for it. Vinny inside of the corner. K-Serrato could do such a good job of drawing away the attention, so Vinny can just clamp down on those first 2. Perfect play. Excellent setup. And that's only afforded to you with that 4th player being in position. Because they still wanted to keep 2 committed to Pit, just in case Liquid try to run something rampant out Balk. And now they've had to tuck tail and turn attention towards the B site. Art finding Grim and welcoming the attempt to push past him. He may only have 11 kills, but he has the confidence of a god. Peeks right into them and will not shy away. 3 kills for Art, 15 rounds for Furia.
All 5 players here because they've given up.
Galera, não esqueça de se inscrever no canal, deixar o seu curtir, é claro, e também para compra de skin CSGO Store. Use o cupom YouTube para ganhar aquele descontão extra, tá bom? Porque aqui no canal são 3 vídeos por semana, sempre com curiosidades, o melhor conteúdo sobre CSGO, dicas e também o resumo de notícias no sabadão. Tamo junto.
Liquid had everything go in their favor, but now it's a 2v3 retake, and Twists and Grim have their work cut out for them. Collectively, 48 HP. Henny and Yuri alone have more HP than them, but 2 phenomenal aimers. Grim with 1, Twists back against the wall, 2 separate angles to try and fend off against, and the Brazilians will have no chill, no mercy, no prisoners taken. 2-1 to Furia.
A close on Inferno and just balls of steel on Art. The collateral in that post plant is phenomenal.